so y'all saw me getting ready and I'm officially dressed for the day. And I need to harvest some ginger, so I'm going to quickly heat up something for breakfast. I'm thinking like a asada and beans type thing with these mushrooms that I have. But after I do that, I'm gonna harvest the ginger and get it poppin'. The only thing missing is the avocado. Mmm. I crushed everything on my plate, and y'all, when I tell you it was good, it was so good. So back to the schedule as planned. I'm headed outside to harvest this ginger that I've had growing for, it's been at least 6 months, and root vegetables are one of my favorite things to grow, specifically ginger and turmeric. So I'm excited to harvest it. I'm likely going to slice it, dehydrate it, turn it into a powder so it'll last longer, and that's a really easy way to share it as well. I'll leave some of it raw, but this ginger is like nothing that you can get at the grocery store. A lot of times the grocery stores, you'll get the very mature ginger. The young ginger is vibrant and it is used, if you've ever had like ginger candy or gummies, usually the young ginger is used in that. I wish I would have got to it earlier because the leaves are also very useful as well for teas and whatnot. But we are just going to focus on the roots because the leaves are completely dead at this point. But lesson learned for the next growing season. All right, let's not waste any more time and get right to it. I just had to bundle up. This time of year, it's pretty brisk outside around here. So, priorities. And I have my roll dog with me. And it's actually not too bad out here, but I am glad that I have my jacket. And over here is where I have my ginger and turmeric. So hopefully I didn't wait too long to harvest it, but we'll see how things go. I'm going to be placing everything on my hemp cutting board. See these bulbs? It's so fragrant. Oh my goodness. Lastly, need to get this turmeric. Oh man, and if you would have saw how small this was when I started, and would you look at that, that's actually more ginger. Alright, now that I have all of this lovely ginger pulled out of the ground, I'm going to get some of this dirt off so that I can officially work with it. So it's time to clean up this ginger. It has just so much dirt on it. And in order to keep some of that dirt off of me, I'm gonna go ahead and put the hemp apron on. In the spirit of hemp, happy celebration. And like I mentioned, if I would have done this earlier in the season, I could have actually used these leaves that are completely dried out and dead at this point. Those could have been used for teas. I'm going to start by just cutting that off of all of these bulbs. And my ginger grew a lot more last year. I was growing it for, I can't even remember how long. Probably twice as long as I was growing this. And I started growing it inside and later transferred it outdoors. But my bulbs were like 5 times this size. So this is the young ginger that I mentioned. And this is like a more massive version of what I initially planted. And if there wasn't frost, it would have just continued growing, but you know, it is what it is. And I've decided that I'm going to keep the bulbs as is and figure out like a cool recipe or something cool to do with it, because that is like the most, it smells so good. That's the most fragrant part of it. And then as far as like these big pieces, I'm going to get all of the dirt off, slice it thin, dehydrate it, completely dry it out, pulverize it, and turn it into a powder. And that will be my ginger for the year. I'll use it in my chais, my spices, and I'll use it for cooking. And I'm definitely going to share some. I don't have a lot to share, but one thing that I've learned when you grow, you should always try to share if you have enough to do so. And in my case, I'm going to make it enough to do so. Y'all are about to see just how dirty this gets. And I'm going to probably find like a brush or something for these smaller bulbs, since I'm not going to be drying those out right away. And as you can see, this is the turmeric that I planted that didn't do anything but preserve itself. So this is still very much usable, and I planted it like maybe three months ago. So this is what we're gonna do with the bigger bulbs. I'm just gonna knock off as much of the dirt as I can and get the rest off in this water. And I don't know about y'all, but I love playing in some rich soil. The smell of it, the feel of it, everything about it just feels good. So shout out to Mother Nature for creating such a beautiful thing. I saved this root. It's the root of the ginger root, and I'm gonna bite into it, and I'm just gonna chew it and see what it gives me. Ginger has so many health benefits. Ooh. I don't know if you can see it. Let me hold it against. Oh, let's try this side. Yeah, so I'm gonna just take this. Mmm. Now that's ginger. Get over and how good it smells. One of the least favorite things are the insects. They are inevitable, and you get more used to them. I am going to take it back outside to the soil. Alright y'all, don't mind the noise in the bathroom, that's just the dehydrator. I should be wrapping things up with that in the next 20 minutes. I wanted to jump on here and say goodbye, and also remind y'all that today is another day, another blessing, and another opportunity to get things right. I hope you enjoyed today's Hip Miss video. I'll be right back at you tomorrow with some more dope content. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to leave a comment on what you'd like to see next. And I just want to send blessings to everyone. So on that note, enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time,